Something has happened. Something fundamental has shifted in our understanding of the universe. It has sent a tremor of unease across the entire planet. For all of human history, we've looked up at the night sky. We felt a profound sense of solitude. We listened for whispers from the cosmos, for any sign we were not alone. All we ever heard was silence. That silence has just been broken. It wasn't an alien ship in a city square. It was a silent sentinel a million miles away. The James Webb Space Telescope, our most powerful eye on the cosmos, has seen something. What it saw has plunged the world into a quiet, simmering panic. Initial reports were cryptic. They trickled out like a slow, unstoppable leak. At first they were dismissed as rumors. To understand the gravity of what's happening, you first need to understand the instrument at the heart of it all. The James Webb Space Telescope, or JWST, is not just another telescope. It is a masterpiece of human ingenuity, a time machine designed to see the unseen. Launched on Christmas Day in 2021, it traveled 1 million miles from Earth to a Lagrange point. From this stable perch, far from the glare and heat of our planet, it has an unobstructed view of the cosmos. Its purpose was clear, to look back in time to the very first stars and galaxies after the Big Bang. Its primary mirror is a work of art, 6.5 meters across, a honeycomb of 18 segments, each gold-plated beryllium. This giant golden eye captures infrared light. Why infrared? Light from the most distant objects has been traveling for over 13 billion years, and the universe's expansion has stretched that light into infrared. JWST can see the faint heat of cosmic dawn. The story of the panic began not with a bang but with a simple data signature from an otherwise unremarkable star system. The target was a planet named GJ1214b, a super-Earth about 48 light-years away in Ophiuchus. It was known, but JWST was tasked with the most detailed atmospheric reading to date. The team expected the usual suspects, maybe water vapor, perhaps methane. What they found instead was gases so strange the control room reacted in disbelief. They assumed an instrument glitch. The data showed a complex, highly structured atmosphere. Not simple biosignatures but complex industrial pollutants. Specifically, chlorofluorocarbons CFCs, gases produced exclusively by industrial processes on Earth. Artificial compounds used in refrigerants and aerosols. Finding them is like finding a plastic bottle on an untouched beach, a definitive sign of technology, a fingerprint of industry. Diagnostics were rerun again and again. The signal stayed clear and undeniable. But the most shocking part came next. Alongside the CFCs, JWST detected a rhythmic, pulsating infrared pattern emanating from the planet's night side. Not random, structured and repeating, the pulses were complex, almost mathematical. As scientists scrambled to verify the findings from GJ1214b, another team studying a completely different part of the sky stumbled upon something equally bizarre. This discovery wasn't tied to a planet but seemed to originate from the empty space between stars. JWST was conducting a deep field survey staring at a small dark patch of sky for hundreds of hours. Buried within the data from this survey was a faint repeating signal. It was not a radio wave but a highly focused oscillating beam of mid-infrared light. The signal was incredibly weak, almost lost in the cosmic background noise. But it was persistent and it was structured. It repeated every 22.3 hours with unnerving precision. When astronomers analyzed the structure of the signal, they found it contained a staggering amount of information, encoded with a complexity that defied any known natural phenomenon. It wasn't a pulsar or a quasar. The signature was all wrong. It was clean, narrow band, and carried what appeared to be a nested mathematical pattern. It was like finding a perfect, intricate snowflake in the middle of a chaotic blizzard, so out of place that it had to be artificial. The effort to keep these discoveries under wraps was monumental but ultimately futile. You cannot contain a truth this large. Junior researchers graduate students who just couldn't reconcile their scientific duty with government gag orders. Anonymous posts started popping up on scientific forums talking about anomalous atmospheric compositions. At first, they were dismissed. Multiple independent space agencies around the world, European Space Agency, China National Space Administration, suddenly retasked their own telescopes to focus on GJ1214b and the Vulpecula anomaly. The confirmation came swiftly and decisively. Within weeks, other observatories, both on the ground and in space, corroborated JWST's findings. The CFCs were real, the city lights were real, the infrared beacon was real. The whisper of rumor turned into a roar of undeniable fact. The story broke, not through an official press conference but through a massive, coordinated leak from scientists worldwide who believed the public had a right to know. News organizations scrambled, governments were caught flat-footed for 24 hours. The world experienced a collective, breathtaking shock. Every screen on the planet was lit up with the same headline, "We are not alone." The immediate aftermath was chaotic. Stock markets went into freefall as uncertainty gripped the global economy. Religious leaders struggled to provide answers, with some calling it a divine message and others a great deception. Governments enacted emergency protocols to control the flow of information and prevent mass hysteria. The internet became a frenzy of speculation, fear, and wonder. For the first time, humanity was united, not by war or celebration, but by a shared, existential vertigo. We were all staring up at the same sky, but now we knew someone might be staring back. The scientific community, once a source of calm and reason, became a battleground of ideas. What should we do? Should we attempt to send a message back, or should we remain as quiet as possible? The debate raged. With the initial shock now settling into a permanent state of global awareness, humanity finds itself at a crossroads, facing questions that have no easy answers. The most immediate and pressing question is one of intent. Why are they there? What do they want? The civilization on GJ 1214b seems to be minding its own business, living on its world. Their level of industrialization is, well, concerning. Have they exhausted their own resources? Are they explorers? Are they conquerors? Their silence is as unnerving as any message. They are so close, at least cosmically speaking, yet they've made no obvious attempt to contact us. We are like children who have spent their entire lives in a single room believing it to be the whole world. The James Webb Space Telescope has just opened the door. The view from that door is awe-inspiring, beautiful, and deeply, deeply frightening. We are standing on a threshold, and we can never go back to the comforting ignorance of yesterday. Our cosmic loneliness is gone, but our sense of security has gone with it. We have been awakened from a long planetary dream, and our eyes are still adjusting to the light of a much larger reality. This is the beginning of a new chapter in the human story.